Good afternoon. It's another day of prep for our upcoming hike. We've got one meal made. That's our 3-bean chili. Today I'm going to be making dirty rice, it's called. It's Cajun rice, but it's super easy to make and delicious and just would be a perfect dehydrating food. So what we have that's going in here, we've got 1 onion, 3 stalks of celery, 1 green pepper, 8 ounces of mushrooms. So I'm going to saute that up with a couple tablespoons of garlic. Then we've got some Cajun seasoning. I've got 2 tablespoons of store-bought Cajun seasoning, and then as well 1 tablespoon of homemade Cajun seasoning, just because I leave out the cayenne pepper and that way it's not super spicy. I've made some Cajun stuff with pre-made Cajun seasoning that have been way too hot for my family. 2 bay leaves, 1 large can of diced tomatoes, 2 cups of brown rice. This is brown basmati rice. It's what I had on hand, so it's what I'm going to use. We've got some kale that I'm going to put in at the end. 6 cups of water and a veggie stock, or maybe 2 veggie bouillons if you want. We'll see towards the end how much I want to put in. But that's all that's needed for dirty rice. Alright, so I've got the kale ready, and I'm going to be putting in about 6.5 ounces. My kale was starting to kind of go yellow, and I actually had to compost a bunch of it because it was full yellow. So I'm going to use up what I've got, so I use extra kale. How can that hurt, right? Kale while backpacking. Who would have thought, hey? And this is all coming along nicely. Okay, so this is done. The rice part of it cooking. So I'm going to add the kale. We're just going to wilt that right in. And we're going to add the diced tomatoes. We're going to give that a stir. Oh, it's hard to mix. So in case you didn't watch the previous video, the only reason that this parchment paper is dirty like this is I did another batch of a different 3-bean chili just before this one, and I thought instead of wasting the parchment paper, I'll use it again. So it's now the next day. This was done earlier this morning, and I took them and flipped it all around. just to make sure it was super dry. And that's what a rice now looks like. I'll crumble that all up and put it into individual servings. And we're ready to go. So I just figured this out right now. I was trying to crumble it up inside the bag, but then of course the bag was getting punctured. So I just put each serving into this bowl and just kind of munch it up with the potato masher. And it did a really good job of making a perfect bag full. So we didn't actually end up using the dirty rice on trail, so I wasn't able to show you how it turned out. So it's November, a few months since we've done the trail, and a lot of months since I've done the actual dehydrating, and I had these sitting in my drawer. So I'll just do it up right now so you can see what I do. So here's our camp pot, and I've got some water boiling, and I'll just put this together and have it for supper. Alright, so our water is all boiled up, and as you can see I've put the bag inside the cup, and then I'm just going to pour the boiling water over just to the top. And what I'm going to do is just close this up, and then I'm going to, the little cozy little bag that the pot comes in, I'm just going to close that right up over it and let it sit. There, so I'll just let that sit for about 10 minutes or so. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. So it's been sitting for, I want to say not even 10 minutes. As you can see, there's a little bit extra water, but I mean, that's okay. If I let it sit longer, it might even soak up a little bit more. It's perfect. The kale is got the little, crunchiness. Is that the right term? Like it has texture. It doesn't just turn to mush. That's actually really good. There you go. Camp food, dirty rice, Cajun rice, kale, mushrooms, tomatoes, celery. I mean, that's some pretty healthy camping food. All right. Thanks so much for watching. And give me a like. Leave me a comment if you want to see more recipes. I'd love to try more recipes and post them if anyone's interested. Have a great day. Well, I'd just done a little video, and turns out I just took a picture of myself, and I had a beautiful Christmas tree in the background and everything. Now the whole family's home, and I'm not going to do this down there. But anyway, I'm eating my my rice here, and I actually haven't eaten this one before. We had it on the Sunshine Coast Trail, and I was full that day, so I didn't end up actually eating my serving, but my husband ended up eating both of ours. He ate his and mine, and he said it was like the best one. Well, oh my gosh, he's right. This is good. This is by far the best dehydrated meal, and I'm going to even include the store-bought ones. This dirty rice is incredible. Pretty impressed with it. Definitely give this one a try. The only maybe advice I might give is go for low sodium Cajun seasoning if you have it. It's a little bit salty, but salt is good while on the trail because of the whole electrolyte thing. So